All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, let of all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
and Kakwadash.
Rekakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and to all the sincere rocking out there, pressing the truth and sincerity. This is the brother Abunya,
Brother Yara.
coming back with another lesson, and all week, pretty much been meditating, on the judgment that's going to come upon this place. You got everybody walking around like everything's just fine and dandy. When in all actuality, you're seeing the nations be judged. You're seeing Israel be judged. Within the border of Yahweh. So with that, we're gonna dive right into the scripture. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It said, "Now knowing also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Now let me go into that word perilous times. Perilous, Slovakia. Okay, so this is so now knowing also that in the last days perilous times shall come. This is the word perilous in the Greek.
Let me read it for you, brother.
Kind of you if you got it, Baba Kasha. Because the Esau technology is starting to fail. It came up finally.
Okay.
Strong's G 5467. Chalipas.
Kalepas.
Chalipas.
Kalepas. It means hard to do, to take, to approach, hard to bear, dangerous, harsh, savage. Hey, are we not? And right now, are we not experiencing those things? Or we're seeing, our family members get put to death. Family, friends. Hey, harsh times are coming. We're seeing it happen now, but hey, harsher times are coming.
Okay.
When we go back, it said, "For men shall become lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy." And what are men doing right now? They're being they're falling after their own lustful desires, the desires of their own lustful hearts. It says lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud.
It's like go back to that word covetous. You know, you know, they. I mean, look, I just witnessed that a few times tonight. But men trying or sleeping with another man's woman, another man's wife. A men robbing and stealing from each other. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Things of that nature. Even like in the spiritual sense. You know what I mean? With everybody hates themselves. Nobody wants to be themselves. They want to be like their favorite rapper or actress or actor or something. So you covet identities.
That's right.
So like
It says covetous, boasters, proud, and blasphemous. The whole Kanye West deal. This man went and wrote a whole Bible. The book of Yeezy, which is total blasphemy.
that's
And Esau is the ultimate blasphemer, but Kanye West took it too far. And then what did it say? Disobedient to parents. That's this generation here. They're a total wickedness, unthankful, unholy. They think everything should be handed to them. They have no work ethics, no morals, no values. Just unholy. They have no regard for the Most High's law. Which is also 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Without natural affection, which is these What's the term they use? Fairies floating
Yeah.
around.
Okay.
You know, covered in, going after each other, whatever you want to call it. Truce breakers, false accusers. You know, uh, what's that? Uncontentious, fury, it's like despisers of those that are good. You know, and they hate what the scriptures say. They hate he that rebuketh in the gate.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going out there. We're rebuking. You know, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and we're showing Esau his judgment. You know, and they despise us for it. You know, it says traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of the Most High. You know, so they love their current mood, their current condition. You know, they just love being comfortable. You know, but all that comfort is going to come to an end. Like it said in verse 1, perilous times will come, hard times. You know, it's going to be almost impossible for you to be comfortable in this society. You know, we're getting ready to enter into a time of Jacob's trouble, such as have never seen since the beginning of time. You know,
Yeah. A lot of people aren't ready. You know?
that's right.
And it says lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh. Man. You know, our people love themselves more than they love the Lord. Um, they love money. You know, they love their car. They love their woman. You know, love their children more than they love, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, and man, when these perilous times, like the brothers mentioned, like it says in verse 1, when these perilous times come, man, a lot of you gonna be like left out there like a deer in headlights, man.
Okay.
You're not gonna know what to do, man, and you're not gonna have a comforter, man. You know,
Hey, because at any given moment, you thinking, these your kids, your wife, your family, whoever it may be, standing with you, and the next minute they might curse you. Say, like Joe's wife told him, curse your God and die. You know. And scriptures say that your enemy should be day of your own household. So you're gonna get betrayed. You may get betrayed by your family members. Your close friends. But hey, you gotta endure. You gotta suffer hardness as a good soldier. As what was it saying? First Timothy.
Kind of. I had it. Oh, yeah, Jeremiah. That was it.
Oh, you grab that one. Keep going. It says like in verse 5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. For such turn away. For this sort are they which creepeth into the house, and lead captive the silly woman laden with sins, and lead away lustful diverse. It's like lustful with diverse. It's like lead away with diverse lusts, even ever learning and not able to come into the knowledge of the truth. And that's what these 2/3 do. They always they can tell you about the latest fashion, the latest trends, and the things that's going on in the world. But as far as coming into the knowledge of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, hey, they can't do it. They can't go into the scriptures and then prophesy and tell you what's going to befall upon this place, because they're comfortable.
Right.
They're comfortable in this society. They're comfortable in what they're doing. And ultimately they don't really care about the state of their people. They're only thinking about themselves. You have some?
Yeah. Still trying to find it. It's a lot.
While you grab that, you want to read this one? Start at 18.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 18. It says, for the wrath of Yahweh is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who held the truth in unrighteousness.
Right. So the wrath is revealed against. It's like, read that again.
Romans chapter 1, verse 18.
Okay.
Verse 18, it says, For the wrath of Yahweh is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men.
So the wrath of the Most High is revealed unto all ungodliness and unrighteousness against of men. You know.
Uh,
Go ahead.
It says, who held the truth in unrighteousness. Because
Right.
it's like
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
no. I was just gonna keep reading.
They say, who held the truth and righteousness. You know, these fake teachers, these fake prophets. You know, teaching smooth things, these smooth philosophies, not actual telling the actual truth of what's going to befall upon this place. You know.
Right. You got too many people worried about if the 12 tribes chart is accurate or not. You know, or if or too focused on trying to make sure Esau gets a
His proper share,
right, his proper share of the kingdom,
which he
and,
ain't getting no share. You know.
and, all of that, man. It's like, no, man, you should be worried about the kingdom, man. You should be focusing on Yahweh Bashim Shai, his mission, man. And being found with no guile in your mouth. When the Lord returns. Being covered. Actually receiving that actual salvation.
God.
Let me keep reading.
Go ahead.
Verse 19, it says, because that which may be known of Yahweh is manifest in them.
All right. Go ahead.
For Yahweh hath showed it unto them.
Right. Surely the Lord will do nothing but reveal his missions unto his servants, the prophets. And hey, as for you 2/3, hey, the Lord is showing his judgment. That's why you see Jake getting put down daily. That's the judgments of the Lord.
Okay. I was trying to get. But keep going.
Yeah.
Verse 20, it says, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse.
Right. So we're seeing just roughly paraphrase what Paul said. There are bodies made for celestial, terrestrial. And hey, we're seeing in this realm. Matter of fact, you want to get that for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but his powers, principalities. Is Ephesians. I'm probably butchering the scripture, but yeah, it's Ephesians 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it says for the invisible things of him are from the creation of the world are seen and being understood by the things that are made as the eternal power of the Godhead and are without excuse. Go ahead with the Corinthians.
Now this the book of Ephesians that you go.
Oh yeah.
So it's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world,
Okay.
against spiritual wickedness in high places."
That's right. And then that spiritual wickedness. We're of course, Esau's fighting against us in the physical. We're seeing the manifestation of it. In the physical. Well, like the verse said before, the invisible things. The principalities, the powers.
Okay.
Jump back into this
Verse 21.
21.
Verse 21. It says, because that when they knew Yahweh, they glorified him not as power, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened.
No, right. Hey, that's what you see. Jake doing. A lot of guys come in. They receive the knowledge, and hey, eventually turn back to their own vomit.
Yep. As we done actually witnessed.
And and what it said, became vain in their imaginations. You know, they're sluggish and foolish, and their hearts were darkened. Like what's up? Hey, that's what we're witnessing now. You know, guys falling away, guys, doing all manner of wickedness. Go ahead.
Verse 22, it says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Right, being proud. Professing yourself to be above, or in some kind of high rank. Hey, you became fools because ultimately you didn't have the faith, and you wasn't sincere as you say you were.
Verse 23, it says, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible of the uncorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible men. It says, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things.
Okay. Salah, yeah. Read verse 24.
24. Okay. It says, wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
Right, and uncleanness is these abominable things that they're doing. Whether it's eating pork, becoming lovers of themselves, becoming proud boasters, like the scripture just named. Hey, we just brought that outside. You want to get that in Sirach? Being given over unto their own ruin. Was it Wisdom of Solomon? One of those. But yeah, it said through the uncleanness of the lust of their heart, hey, they're being turned over to their own ruin.
Mm-hmm.
The lust of their own heart. It says to dishonor their body between. It's like dishonor their bodies between themselves.
So it's Wisdom of Solomon.
Let me double check.
Yeah, just to add to what the brother was saying, it is a fearful. What does it say? It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High.
That's right.
Amen. The Lord can bug you out here, man. The Lord could have you turn to homosexuality. The Lord could have you, what was that story inside of the scriptures where he turned a man into a bird?
I believe that was that was in Daniel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Daniel or Ezekiel.
I think
it was Daniel, but yeah, go ahead.
No, but just these are just examples, of what the Lord can do, man.
That's right. And then that's why the scripture says, "Fear not what man can do, but what Him who created you." Roughly paraphrase. Can do unto you. Hey, the Lord is the King of terror.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you are heard of 1,000 ways to die. Well, the Lord can give you 10 billion ways to die. He created you. He's the ultimate creator of death. Unto Him belong the issues of life.
Yeah, I got a precept for you.
Go ahead.
It's just right off top. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, all wisdom cometh from the Lord, and is with the Lord forever. It's like it, and is with Him forever. Even all wisdom. You know what I mean? Even those wicked, imaginations and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Wicked, wisdom and things. So
right.
The Lord. So man, like the brother said, man, the Lord is a Lord of terror, man. Whatever imagination that you have that you would like to, or that you want to do to somebody, to get back at somebody, or man, the Lord got that 10 million times over, man.
That's right.
Some way worse than whatever you can think of, and He could do it to you,
And kind of, and You got more on that? Or that was it?
No, that's it.
All right, we go back to this Romans, verse
Okay.
25.
Verse 25. Okay. Verse 25 it says, and who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie. You know what? Let me I don't think I finished reading
Go ahead.
24.
Cut
Let me
that.
this is the book of Romans chapter 1 verse 24. It says, wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to an uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to desire their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the creator.
Right,
You know?
so they serve man more than Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, listening and following after the traditions of man, following after their own lustful desires,
Mhm.
Worshiping idols.
Yeah, man. You know, you got you got people out there, man, that would die for their favorite celebrity, man,
Right.
or their favorite
Which is
rapper or
total
something.
madness.
You know, or I mean, you got Edomites, man, out there that die for Donald Trump, man. You know.
Hey, sad as it may seem, that's true.
No. You know what? Let me take that back because we're just focusing on Jake. You know, the seed of Jacob, man, the Israelites. You know, but I mean, even then, you still you have Israelites, man. You know, you have so-called Mexicans, man. You have Issacharites, man, that would die for the president Donald Trump, man. You know, and this dude is trying to get them, deported out. You know, he's calling them terrorists and rapists and drug smugglers, man.
Hey, but that goes, like we said outside, that goes back to show you that the nations are stupid,
Mm-hmm.
They are comfortable in this society. They're comfortable with what is going on, what Esau is doing with them. As long as they get apart,
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, the scriptures say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. You can be punished right along with them, man.
Kind.
Verse 25 it says, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. You know?
Let's see. Yeah, that was it on that. But yeah, so hey, the point being, hey, we know that harsh times are coming, and we're seeing it now on a low scale. The mindset, the judgments that's coming upon these people. Hard times coming. It's getting rougher and rougher for Jake to survive, let alone the other nations. Hey, so yeah, we're just here to warn you. We're the spiritual mouthpiece to tell you, hey, perilous times, hard times are coming. So if you find yourself in any one of these spirits, scripture say that it's beginning of seducing spirits. If you're in any mindset like this, hey, you better check yourself, because hey, the spirit of the Lord is coming, with that heat. Hey, and hey, if you caught up in it, you're gonna be judged. You had something.
I was trying.
I
But no, I was gonna go into the scripture with where it says basically warn my people whether they hear or forbear.
Grab it.
Just wanted to get that real quick to close out. So
It's Isaiah. Isaiah 58.
Isaiah.
That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong.
Salakia.
No, that ain't it.
It was just
Hey, so
I just quoted it, man. You know,
Okay, go
we'll,
ahead.
we'll post it in. We'll post it in the comment section. You know what I mean?
Hey, so with that, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem,
Shemakakwadash.
the understood apostles and elders, a great millstone, to all you sincere came out there pressing the truth and sincerity, fear, trembling, diligence, Hey, keep pushing. We almost out of here,
Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Ball.
A Bible ball.